as we'll see the Purdue Boilers. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense takes the field to start this game off. And here's the man they rally around.
He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Back to throw, it's Sims. Dumps it off in the flats. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Quickly out to the tight end. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down. The Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh against a Packer like this.
But they're going to do what they do, and they're going to feature their guy. He's an elite running back. You're a great linebacker. Let's see who wins this battle.
There have been entire defenses that haven't been able to slow this running back down. This linebacker, though, he's got the athleticism.
Fires into traffic, picked off. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again. Create some momentum. Just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
They'll snap it from the 30 on 1st down. To the ground with the back. They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Going for it all. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
I think it's really hard to overthrow that guy. He is already that fast, and he breaks open, and you have an opportunity just to club up a little bit. Just put a little bit more air underneath that and let the speedster run underneath it and make you look like a hero. But, oh, boy, it's kind of the opposite. And they just kind of sneak that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5 plus. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. Back to throw, it's Sims. Looking for the score. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Man, that's just kind of frustrating for an offense. You move the ball all the way down the field. You got an opportunity on 3rd down, and you can't protect your quarterback. You get the sack, and now it's probably field goal time if you make a field goal.
And it's no good. He missed it. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. The Boilermakers headed quickly to the line. Makes the grab on third. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. The Boilermakers have this offense rolling.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well, seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it, almost had another interception.
Off play action. Deep shot for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, it looked like that might be the first touchdown of the game, but what a great job by the defender, seeing the football and swatting it away.
They were on the move, but two straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. It's a draw.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. Those guys, those running backs coming, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to...
It's Sims. Fires to the big fella. And they pick up just one. It'll be 3rd and 9.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
The passing game continues to be prolific, and as much as Ohio State has been built on toughness, they've been built recently on the efficient passing game.
I mean, so many good quarterbacks. And you know you're going to get great play calling, great offensive design. Ohio State offenses every year, year after year, the names change, but the production continues to be the same.
That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Uncorks one to the middle. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
And here comes the offense on second down. On the option. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Looking downfield, it's Sims. Lofts one high and deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Buckeyes will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the Silver Bowl. It's guys flying around, giving great effort, getting to the football, but it all has to start up front on the D-line. You've got to be dominant at that position. And right there, you just saw that, the ability to win one-on-one and make a play.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Man, that is going to haunt this quarterback. He had his receiver running a deep route. He was open, and the QB overthrew him. Man, that sucks.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. They're setting up the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. The Boilermakers will try to pin them back with the punt. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Still running at the 35. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Yeah, way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that 1st down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
Pulls it and fires to the left. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. The Buckeyes will move the sticks with the 1st down.
I think to be a good 3rd down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these 3rd and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have a talent like that to turn around and hand the football off to.
To the air, it's Sims. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Buckeyes!
I tell you what, when you give me that kind of effort, I'm going to find you more often. What a layout. QB throws the football a little bit in front of him. He had to dive and go make the catch. He lays out, secures the catch through the ground. Remember, got to catch it all the way through the ground. Nice effort by that receiver there.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point makes it 7-3. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Louisville has the lead right now, but it's not like Lamar Jackson is under center out there today, which might explain why this one is so close. They're up by 4 over the Astronauts. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Give to the back. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. And the Boilermakers moving quickly to the line. They go right back to it. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The Boilermakers will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes a move. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
You see it in football all the time, right? I get a matchup on the outside. You want to try to play man coverage? I'm going to let my wide receiver try to go up and make a play. A lot of times the wide receiver wins. Not this time.
Dropping back, it's Sims. He looks that one in nicely.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Just a short pass to the tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Defense is about learning the plays. 3rd down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
Off play action on 1st down. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but, man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella and get the 6. Get the pick 6.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Making the running back a weapon in the passing game makes it so difficult on the defense to cover everything.
No doubt. And listen, there's so many matchups across the board. If I'm playing offense, I'm going to assess it. Like, where do I have a speed advantage? Is it a running back versus a linebacker? Is it a receiver versus a corner? Whatever it is, I'm going to find it. You could tell it was the running back, and they took advantage.
The Buckeyes are threatening on 1st and goal. Goes to the option. And that's a live ball behind the line. Bounced right back to them. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. Defense rose deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. On the option. Goes into the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. So that drive didn't have to cover a lot of ground, going 47 yards. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Motion from the offense. Power football with the run. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. Time to put an end to the speculation and find out. They're inside the horseshoe.
And the Buckeyes will line up to kick off and start the second half. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if any of you are this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? The Boilermakers want to move quickly.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
He's going to pass. Going for the big play. Intercepted. Taking it the other way. A dangerous cover man and a dangerous return man after the pick as he gets it all the way to the 44-yard line.
And it's frustrating because you go into half and the coaches tell you what they want to accomplish. Listen, we've seen this the whole first half. This is what they're doing. Not a good job coming out. First drive, trying to get some momentum created. Turn it over to the other team. Give them a good field position now, too. Not the ideal start.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Sims. Right through his hands, incomplete. I think he knew he had a chance for a big play, but it'll be second down.
That's how you blow up the screen pass here on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast to force the incompletion.
He's going to pass on second down. Got it set up on the outside.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
The Buckeyes have pushed it inside the 20. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Takes it from the gun on third down. He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls into
the fake. Kicker's going to run for it. And I guess they thought they'd find the field goal block team napping. They were wide awake, and they come up with the stop. You want to be bold and daring, but sometimes you got to know when to just take the 3. The give out of the gun. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. The Boilermakers want to pick up the tempo. The give to the tailback. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Lining up from the 34 on first down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. At the 20, he's got space. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
What an individual effort there by the quarterback on the RPO, because everybody was covered. He just takes off, and he shows you his ability out in the open field. He's like a running back. He's got the speed. He looks so natural when he's in the second level carrying the rock. Huge gain on offense by the Q. I love it on that play.
They'll try the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
And the Buckeyes will try to put one on the board on first. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. The Cuse is in the house. Syracuse is pouring it on right now with an offensive performance we haven't seen since some of the legendary 44s. They're up by 18 over Jacksonville State. any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in.
The short hands, it's sharp. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. He'll throw on third down. Going for it all. Reels it in as he goes out of bounds on the right side for a huge play. And the Boilermakers come to the line in the hurry-up.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
It's on target and complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. After that last completion, it's second down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Wants to fire on second down. Finds the tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. He'll do it himself. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. First down to start the drive after the break. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man on the outside. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a first down at the 12. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On the ground with the counter. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Their 4th sack of the day. Guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week, too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you. And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. The returner will field it and bring it back. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Wide receiver now comes in motion. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. At the 35, look at that toughness, just running through everybody. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
The give to the single back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10.
Get set.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Can't get him to the ground. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off them, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football. Run the...
Touchdown, Ohio State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out. Just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Gets it out fast. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's sharp. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. They'll throw it on first down. On the run, still looking. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. He's looking for an open man on second down. Fires to the wideout. And they're not on the same page there.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense.
And it's picked off for the third time today. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game. Take the W into the locker room.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? They'll try to run for it. And the defense carries the day. They win at the line of scrimmage, and they stuff him on 3rd and inches.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. Try to get it on the ground. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
That 4th down, I'm going for it because I'm ending this game with my offense on the field, getting the first down, and now Palmer just watching it go tick, tick, tick.
Yep. Listen, it's just imposing your will. Right?
Give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
Man, you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and puts one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. He'll return it. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. After this, it'll be a wrap. Going up top on first down. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Touchdown, Ohio State. How about that D coming up with a play like that? Things a little more comfortable after that score and much, much closer to a win here in Week 5.
Dude, You didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is. They know the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
This is what an elite team does. They go out, they take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team,
domination from start to finish.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.